All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lepage show. I'm One Bar, and today we are talking some free agency. Love talking free agency. It gives us Vikings fans hope, even though our cap situation isn't overly great. The fact is, we're going to be bringing in some free agents. We're going to be talking defensive tackles, realistic options at defensive tackle. So if you're here hoping to hear the names Leonard Williams or Ndamukong Suh, you might want to just leave because they aren't on here. But there are some good players. Before we get into that, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, talking Vikings every damn day. These coming months, a lot of free agency talk, a lot of NFL draft talk, a lot of Vikings talk. So let's do this. Three guys. And the first one I'm starting off with is one of the more sexy ones that could be a viable option for the Vikings, but they'd still have to get probably pretty creative with their cap. So Shelby Harris, Broncos. This is a name that has already been kind of floated around by Vikings fans as guys they would love to see come in. Who the hell is Shelby Harris? A lot of people probably already know. Denver Broncos, last 4 years, 29 years old, 6 years in the league, 16 and a half career sacks, 6'2", 290. He's a disruptive dude. He's a former 7th round pick that has outplayed his draft stock and has made himself some cashish. He was a free agent last year, tested the waters, and ended up going back to the Broncos for like $3.5 million. But lucky for him, it was a 1-year contract. And he had another damn good year, so he's probably going to be set to make some money this offseason. Shelby Harris, I reached out to Lance Sanderson on the Mile High Club just to pick his brain a little bit to see what he said. Lance got back to me. He said, the guy, quick penetration, impact player. Arguably one of his best traits is knocking down the pass. One thing is clear. Opposing offenses don't like Shelby Harris. Shelby Harris might not light up the stat line, but he is a pain in the ass for opposing teams. He is in the backfield, and he's clutch. That's what I love to see. He mentioned that he's clutch. When it matters, Shelby Harris is going to make some plays. So the thought of Shelby Harris next to a guy like Michael Pierce, throwing at Danielle Hunter, DJ Wan, Modenabo, whoever the hell it is, that's pretty scary. What will Shelby Harris cost? I mean, Lance threw out the numbers anywhere from $8 to $10 million, which is probably pretty fair. He did test it last year, didn't get anywhere near that, but he did have a good year. So it's gonna be interesting to see what type of money he commands. This is probably his last good sized contract, being 29 years old, but he's definitely got some years left in him. Shelby Harris is, like, in my mind, when it comes to defensive tackle, the perfect scenario for the Vikings when it comes to free agency. So we'll see what happens, but Shelby Harris is definitely a name to watch, but other teams will be watching him as well, which really pisses me off. Next up, Larry Ogunjobi. Yeah, old Larry from Cleveland. He's a Brown. Defensive tackle, obviously, 6'3", 305, 47 games started for the Browns, former 3rd rounder, 14 and a half sacks. Ogunjobi finished the 2020 season with 46 tackles, 6 pressures, 2.5 sacks. While that won't blow you away, this dude is going to make some bank in free agency. Another guy that'll probably be around the same as Shelby Harris. He is younger at 26 years old, so he's got that going for him. Everything you read on this guy, everything you see on him is he makes some big plays, but then sometimes has some quiet games. He just maybe disappears a little bit. Reason the Browns probably won't be bringing him back is they can't afford him. They got a lot of free agents, a lot of guys that they need to take care of. And Ogunjobi is just unfortunately one guy that they probably won't be able to bring back. Again, throwing him in there, he's played 5 tech, 3 tech, a guy that can play around at each position, adds value, would be a huge upgrade. We know the defensive tackles we have for the Vikings, and that Browns defense has come a long damn way, and a lot of it does have to do with him. So Ogunjobi would be a great piece to add. Very athletic, and I like his personality. I watched a lot of stuff on him on YouTube, and he's kind of a lovable dude. So I'd love to see the Vikings go after him. Third one, final. And this is just the not overly great. It's not great. And by the way, I reached out to the Browns, a couple Browns writers, to get their take on Ogunjobi, and nobody wrote back. That is offensive, especially from the Browns. All right, so the third guy, Christian Covington. 29 games started in his career, played for Houston, Dallas, most recently Cincinnati, 8.5 career sacks, 6'2", 305. Another guy who you can kind of bounce around as that big nose tackle or put him at 3 tech. Covington, the way I see it, is kind of like when you're looking for lunch and you can't really find anything and you end up just eating like shrimp ramen noodles, not even beef or chicken, shrimp, which is gross. Covington, he's just kind of a guy that you would sign to fill a hole for like a Shamar Stephen if he leaves. A guy like Jaleel Johnson, where is he going to be a day one starter? Probably not. But is he bad? No. Is he great? No. He's just a depth move. But also, you got to look at our defensive tackles right now. They're so damn bad. Covington would come in and probably get some playing time. So while he might not be an upgrade, he could fill the holes from depth where it's just not this all of a sudden this huge drop off, kind of like a Jaleel Johnson. So I did reach out to John Sheeran from the CincyJungle.com. Said, what's your thoughts on Christian Covington? We'll be talking to him tomorrow. Let me have it. This isn't the best review. Says he's about as average as they come, provides nothing as a pass rusher, but can plug a gap most of the time. Just the ultimate stopgap player. He was primarily the nose tackle with Cincy, played 3-tech sometimes, but basically because they had nobody else. Raving review from John Sheeran, which I appreciate. Check out CincyJungle.com. And that's what he is. It's exactly what he is. He's a guy that will fill a hole. And if he gets a sack, great. But he's not going to make a ton of plays and will come cheap. He signed last year for $1.5 million with the Bengals, and he'll probably get somewhere around that, probably another year, 1-year contract. And that's kind of been his MO in the NFL. So those are 3 guys. A couple other names, or just one other name just to keep an eye on. Sheldon Rankins is going to be an interesting one from New Orleans, coming off that rookie contract. He started off huge when he was a rookie. Injuries, unfortunately, has taken a step away from him. So that will be one to watch. It's going to be interesting to see if people really pony up for him. I could see him as a guy who just wants to go somewhere, signs a 1-year prove-it deal. Vikings love signing guys who want to be on 1-year prove-it deals. He could be an option. So I just want to throw out there. So that's 4 guys to have on your radar when it comes to defensive tackle in hopes of an upgrade for the Vikings. And we know the Vikings aren't shy to go out there and look for defensive tackles in free agency. Look, and they've done pretty damn good. Michael Pierce we brought in last year, opted out, great, but he's going to be good. Sheldon Richardson came here. We signed Linval Joseph way back when, Pat Williams. So we've had good luck with defensive tackles. So we'll see what happens, but those are the guys I'm watching.